Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP as well as the vast majority of crypto. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here from Brad Garlinghouse himself. And we do see for the chair of the SEC to assert that he dictates what is a security and not the legislation from which his agency derives its power is beyond comprehension. It's time for elected officials in the US to take notice. When you behave like an autocrat running a $2.2 billion bloated agency, why would you ever want to provide clarity about what's in or out? Without clear jurisdiction, ambiguity masquerades as power. And yeah, now we have SEC Chair Gensler. Existing rules regulate crypto. Legislation unnecessary. What complete nonsense is that? Let me ask all of you, if you have been paying attention to this entire case, have you all believed that there is existing rules to regulate crypto? Because in my opinion, there is absolutely zero rules to regulate crypto. There's no clarity. There's no insights on anything. This is one of the biggest problems within the US around crypto regulation. And I want you all to understand that them leaving this door open, this is all by plan. Just so that they can continue to go after and attack crypto companies and crypto projects. And we do see over here as well from Meta Lawman, that we do see crypto industry customers have 1 week to find a new home for their signature bank accounts, or the FDIC will close their accounts and send them a check in the mail. Meanwhile, all non-crypto accounts have transitioned over to the acquiring bank. Think about that. Think about how crazy of a statement this is. If you are a crypto industry customer, you have 1 week to find a new home for your actual bank account. How crazy is that? Tell me that there is not a massive attack on crypto happening right now from the traditional banking sector. This is insane to me. This is absolutely insane to me. And again, when we go back to what I just talked about yesterday with Elizabeth Warren, we have Justin, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, launches anti-crypto re-election campaign. We talked about this slightly yesterday. What was crazy is that they had her on CNBC at 9 a.m. today. How insane is that? And we all know that this was all a major discussion around crypto, around finance. Like we even do see joins us to discuss the latest in the banking turmoil and regulation. And I'm sure that she completely attacked crypto. I didn't really watch it. I didn't have time. Usually I do kind of tune in for these things just to laugh and get frustrated because obviously listening to some of these people talk about crypto, we all know that they have zero idea on what's actually happening. But I just think that this is comical that we are seeing this push from mainstream media to have these anti-crypto individuals talk about finance. These are also the same individuals that for the longest time failed in their position and also don't have any sort of accountability on what's actually happening around the banking sector, especially in terms of banking collapses. Odysseus over here from Jim Cramer, another big clown. Wow, Senator Warren is about making the system safe and having the scofflaws pay. How is that not exactly what we want? I mean, I can't believe that this is a real tweet. I really can't. When we look at what's happening around mainstream media, they are playing us every single day. Every single time that we see something like this, followed by tweets about, oh, they're about making the system safe, blah, 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 all this nonsense. Most of the sheep out there that follow these, same exact platforms, like for an example, there's people that invest according to what Jim Cramer actually tells them to do. But there's also individuals out there that fully support Elizabeth Warren and also support the fight against crypto. It's crazy to me that we live in a society that, pretty much trusts these people. It's insane. And also, all of this is leading up to one big finale, which is the fact that they all want a CBDC. We do see here going all the way back to 2022. This goes back a year ago. And by the way, at this point in time, we started to see a big push with the BRICS. But we do see Elizabeth Warren calls for U.S. to create a CBDC. I think it's time for us to move in that direction. Interesting. So this is somebody who is extremely against crypto, anti-crypto, and all of a sudden they're pushing for a CBDC. I wonder why. And also, by the way, she has been attacking crypto for so long. But also, we do see on whether the senator saw cryptocurrency as this decade's real estate bubble. She responded, "The whole digital world has worked very much like a bubble works. What is it moved up on? It's moved up on the fact that people all tell each other that it's going to be great, just again, like it was on the real estate market. How many times do people say real estate always goes up, it never goes down? They said it decades ago before the last real estate bubble. They said it in the 2000s before the crash in 2008. And it's comical, right? It's comical. It's funny that they're this anti-crypto. And all it is to push their narrative around a CBDC so that the central bank can control it just like they control fiat currency today. And we all see how well that worked, right? But it's funny. And now, I do want to take you guys over to this tweet here that I seen this morning. Now, a lot of people have asked me, how can we fight back? How can we really protect crypto from these individuals? Well, we just here. If you care about Bitcoin and America's future, I would say crypto. Obviously, yes, there's a ton of Bitcoin maxis out there. This is your call to action. The same people trying to ban crypto are trying to replace cash with a Fed-controlled currency that allows politicians to instantly excommunicate whoever they want from society. This is all centered on a CBDC. This is why we need to ensure that we are protecting our rights as well as our privacy, especially against CBDCs. But we do see if they get what they want, anyone who challenges the ruling class will be neutered with the click of a button. Let me be crystal clear. Elizabeth Warren is a danger to our basic freedoms as Americans. We've had enough. And by the way, Elizabeth Warren has been playing a big game with Gary Gensler. We already seen her email him questions and answers regarding crypto regulations as well as, plans against crypto. It's ridiculous and it's disgusting to say the least, but we do see we've had enough. It's time to run a grassroots campaign to identify a charismatic leader who is capable of defeating Warren in her 2024 re-election campaign. We need to present a united front against the face of the anti-crypto, anti-freedom lobby. Our unity will send a message to the entire ruling class that they cannot ignore. And we do see reply to this tweet if you'd like to help with the search for this leader and follow me so I could DM you with the next steps. And this is from Samuel Arms, Florida Blockchain Business Association. But again, a lot of what we are seeing is we need to make sure that we are getting these individuals out of office, but it's not going to be that easy. We know this, right? There's a ton of corruption happening around our government. Whether you think it's a conspiracy theory or not, a lot of this is already pre-planned. And a lot of this is already playing into the big picture that they want you to see. It's a big problem, right? It's a big issue that we are seeing in this country. And I just had a video from Glenn Beck yesterday talking about CBDCs. Well, here's another one. This one's about 2 minutes long. And we do see we're not heading towards a recession or a depression. We're headed towards the collapse of the dollar, and the government's solution will be a CBDC. Don't listen to that lie. Listen closely to this.
What people think, what you think, because you're getting the garbage from television, what you think is coming is a recession. What your crazy friends might say to you is coming is maybe a depression. You'd be mistaken. Those are lies. What is coming is a collapse of the dollar. You haven't had one of those. We've never experienced the collapse of the dollar, of the world's reserve currency. This will make us Venezuela. Make no mistake. If you want to be prepared, prepare yourself like people should have prepared in Venezuela. Soon, I don't know when, but it will happen overnight. Soon, everything will be collapsing and the banks will close and there will be chaos And everyone on radio and television and the internet will be telling you we have to do central banks. We have to do digital currency from the central. Do not believe that. The collapse is caused by the idiocy of the people who are now telling you, A, we're fine, it's stable, and B, that's a conspiracy theory that we're doing a central bank digital currency. They're lying to you, and they're the ones who caused it. So please stop listening to the experts.
And this is exactly the truth. And he does mention that it will happen overnight. Now, a lot of people think that that overnight idea is all regarding XRP and this and that's going to be a flip of the... No. The overnight scenario is US dollar fully collapsing and the push for CBDCs. They're going to push this so quick. The events that are coming are going to reshape our entire life. It will change everything. Everything is at stake right now. And by the way, what we are seeing is it's almost based on ICE 9. This is from Jim Rickard's book on ICE 9. You see, the use of these emergency economic powers and martial law is a more coercive version of the ICE 9 plan to freeze accounts in place. ICE 9 is intended to buy time and restore calm, while elites work on plans to allocate losses and reliquify the system with IMF's special drawing rights. I want you all to understand that within ICE 9, I believe that this is going to be much bigger than them just reliquifying the system. They are going to relaunch the system in a completely different way. This is the rise of the new system backed by CBDCs. CBDCs are going to be the main thing. And like I said many times along the way, it's not a conspiracy theory. CBDCs are a real thing. And a lot of people will say it's a collapse. It's a collapse. It's a recession, depression. No. It's a pre-planned collapse of the dollar and the system. Why do you think that our government's not talking about the BRICS? Why do you think our government's not talking about how the US dollar as a reserve currency is at stake right now? Because they want to push for CBDC. This gives them all the control. This gives them the greed that they want. And I want you guys to understand that they're going to push the CBDC onto us like it's... we already seen them try to push nonsense onto us in the last couple years. But this push for a CBDC is going to be so strong and so correlated to everything that we have just recently seen in the last couple months. They're going to tell us that we need to protect the US dollar by allowing the CBDC to be incorporated into our system. They're going to push so hard for this. And by the way, this freeze of the system, what they are going to do is they're going to freeze the system and completely launch with a new system. And I do believe that's going to be an overnight push of this new system. And it's not going to be good for us. It's not going to be good at all. And we need to make sure that we are preparing accordingly for this. And by the way, they are already preparing us for the Fast Track Action Committee on Digital Assets Research and Development. They are already preparing for a full launch to implement programmable money, aka a CBDC, within the US. And this is from Matthew, L-I-N-Y, over on Twitter. We do see United States federal government, March 31st, 2023, attempting to implement programmable money, CBDC. Look at this. This is absolutely insane. You can see everything around this. Now, again, they're going to push it to the point where everyone is going to say, oh, well, this is very good, because everything focused on this is, okay, well, it includes digital assets, DLT, identity, cryptographic primitives, all that kind of stuff. It's going to improve the utility of digital assets across a range of domains, have different needs and constraints. But then also they hit you with the buzzwords: security, privacy, resilience, sustainability, all those big ones that everyone's like, oh, wow, that sounds great. It's all buzzwords to market a CBDC. We do see over here, again, all of their response is on CBDCs. They don't really care about digital assets. Now, a lot of people have talked to me about, investing into intricate parts of this new system. That way we can get extremely wealthy off of it. The biggest problem is that, you're going to be wealthy off of it, but at what cost? That's the biggest problem with this. Because the CBDC is not going to be bullish for us. It's not going to be great for us at all. There's going to be limitations on it. There's going to be so many problems within this. And again, look at them. Look at down here on how they're marketing, right? We do see privacy enhancing. We do see support models, all of this kind of stuff. Enable a potential US CBDC system to be scalable, usable, resilient, adaptable, equitable, and environmentally sustainable. Sounds amazing on paper, right? Nonsense. This is not for our benefit at all. It's to continue to play the same game of Monopoly that they've been playing for well over a century now. And what do you see over here? EU to cap cash and crypto payments that can be accepted by persons providing goods or services. They set limits of 7,000 euros for cash payments and 1,000 euros for crypto transfers. These are all steps towards a CBDC. It is happening in real time. This is a huge issue, and I want you all to understand just how big of a deal this is. I see so many individuals commenting on the videos saying, this is doom and gloom. This is that. This is the truth. When you look at all of the events leading up to now, the attacks on crypto, the attacks against crypto innovation, trying to get rid of crypto, it's all because at the end of the day, they want to push their CBDC so that they can control everyday life. This is the biggest problem right now within these countries, is that we see CBDCs becoming a big thing, and they're marketing it for the retail sector to be completely blind and oblivious to the actual truth behind these CBDCs. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with all of that in mind, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this before. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.